Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's Tier 3 division. We are here for the, double check, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th round of the season. I had to count there for a second. It is the Canadian Grand Prix at the Montreal Street Circuit, technically a street circuit, because of the proximity of the walls around here. This could be a very interesting round. Can make or break your race, especially with the track limits as well. A lot of things to keep an eye out for in this race. As for this tier, well, we have a very competitive tier, but it's turning out to be consistency that is going to reign supreme at this early stage of the season. We're just about a third of the way through. Still plenty of races to go, but at the moment, Science leading the way. Can anybody catch him? Can anybody gain some points back on him today? I'm RSF1 Michael, and I am joined by a debutant in the comms box this evening, all the way from F4, I believe. As I said, making his debut in the comms box today, Mason Dunk. So good evening to you, Mason.
Good evening.
Now, I presume your name is actually Mason with that gamer tag, or am I completely wrong?
Yeah, no, it's Mason.
Sweet. So, once again, thank you very much for stepping in here tonight, Mason.
Yeah, not a problem.
Obviously, I spoke with you before we went live.
Yeah.
Sorry, my game sound is really quiet for some reason. Don't know why that is. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, so as I was saying, before we went live, obviously you've watched a few of these races in F3 before. Obviously you follow, you said Toxic MW and CW as well?
Aye, yeah.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, this is a very competitive tier, isn't it, in Tier 3? The multiple race winners at different times really depends on the track, to be honest. But Science is just really consistent, isn't he? He's only had 2 wins so far, but when he finishes very well.
Yeah, he's got very good pace.
Will that change here tonight?
Maybe. I was doing a practice session with Spooky and Toxic, and they both looked really strong. Especially when it came to the wet weather. So if we get some wet weather, things could change.
Yes, most certainly. Me and you both know, obviously, momentum is lovely, isn't it? You can be on top of the world one week and then complete rock bottom the next.
Absolutely.
Now obviously, we got to be as neutral as possible in this comms box, but in terms of a championship perspective, we kind of want somebody else to win, don't we, with this one, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Make it more interesting from a viewer point of view, but take nothing away from Science. He's had a really good start to the season.
Yeah, very. Camo's up there as well. Very good driver.
Yeah, Camo's had 2 non-finishes or no points in Spain and the Netherlands a couple of weeks ago. Spain and Netherlands a couple of weeks ago, and that's obviously hampered him a little bit. He obviously didn't have a non-score in Bahrain. The only race that Science has been out of the points was Vietnam, and actually that's when he was taken out by somebody in that race. So
never know. It's just one of the things, you can't help it. But if it happens to you, it's just one of the things. I know what it feels like. Trust me, it's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, Canada. Obviously, now this personally, Mason, is one of my most favourite tracks to race and to watch a race on, because overtaking around here, obviously we've gone to Monaco, which is almost near impossible. Baku is a little bit better, but you've got to be very cautious. This, you're still got to be cautious because the walls are still there, very close to the track. There's also a lot of heavy braking zones into chicanes. There's high curbs as well, but you always seem to get a very entertaining race here, don't you?
Very entertaining. A lot of penalties can happen in this track as well. It's very easy to pick up penalties.
Yeah, track limits are very, very tough at this. I think it's because of how fast the chicanes are, some of them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's really, really hard to predict of where you want your car to go.
Right. Obviously, unfortunately, we only have 15 drivers here tonight, which is not a problem at all, because 15 is still a very solid number to have a good race. But what it does mean is Q1, as you can see, we have a lot of people backing off on their laps on the back straight there. Q1, everybody should go through, apart from Shane, who has decided to retire. I don't know whether he has a qualifying ban or he said, well, I'm just not going to set a lap at all. But they all should go through, unless they crash. And this is the thing, Mason, isn't it? When you've got this situation where everybody should go through the Q1, you don't push 100%, do you?
No, I've learnt the hard way in that, trust me. You don't want to push 100%. Just get an easy lap in.
Yeah, I say that as SSRL Gasly scrapes the wall of champions as he completes a lap of a 10.0. Lap times, Mason. I'm a bit out of practice because I'm not technically racing anymore. At least I haven't done any practice around Canada. But my guess is if you can get into the 8s around here, you'll be looking very good.
Yeah, if you're getting into the 8s, you're looking very good. Low 9s as well, that's still a good time. But if you're hitting 9.5s and above, then you're kind of at risk and you just need to push more. Very risky.
Yep. What would you say is the most difficult corners around this track? Because there's quite a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah, I'd probably say the World Champions. It's very hard. Well, I found it quite difficult. I used to invalidate a lot, but it depends on where you put your car. But I find that the most difficult.
Yeah, I think the problem is you've got such a long run down to the last chicane. From the hairpin, you've got so much time to think. In fact, you've got too much time to think where you're going to place your car, when you're going to brake, when you're going to turn in. And as you mentioned, just a simple mistake wrong and you could be in the Wall of Champions and that's your race over. Ice the Best has a solid 9.3 there. Koala still top of the session on a 9.1. Although, again, as we mentioned, Mason, do not push at this point.
Yeah.
But don't crash at this point because you're through. You shouldn't need to.
No, you really shouldn't need to. As long as you just get that car safe across the line, you'll be into Q2 safe.
Few notable absentees here tonight. The one driver we must point out here is Toxic MW, who is in the Renault for the first time. He has been actually promoted from the F4 division into the Renault, replaces Peachy Pig. I believe Peachy Pig got the wrong end of the stewards in Baku, so hence why he's not here for the time being. Toxic MW. Obviously, he's got to step up, Mason, but you've raced with him in F4, I believe.
Yeah.
Right decision in the end?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Toxic was dominating F4 a lot. So, and he was supposed to go up when Spooky came up, but because of he didn't have consistency in the final few races, he just didn't get that promotion. But 100% deserved because he's a very, very fast driver.
But this is a step up, obviously. This is, F4's competitive as well, but it's just that tad bit faster. You got different type of drivers here, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's got to get used to them very, very quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's not to say, by the way, any F4 drivers, including yourself, Mason, that F4 is bad drivers. It's just you've got different styles of driving, isn't it? You've got different... Some don't give you as much space as others, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, 100%. I can agree with that.
Which isn't a bad thing. Again, I'm just digging my hole. Let's dig in. Keep on digging. Now, there's a couple drivers in here. One in particular, I'm riding on board Millsy, and I just had previous experience of him. You need to be more braver when you do overtakes against Millsy, because he's a very hard racer. Never goes above the boundaries, or past the boundaries, but you need to be more creative, need to catch him off guard, and that's That is what it is. It's kind of like the start of a new season for Tux at NW, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like Australia all over again. It's like round one for him.
yeah, he's got
Because,
to push
go
and
on.
yeah, he's got to push and show that he rightfully deserves that place in F3.
'Cause you remember what round one is like? Even if you're in the same league, go from season to season, like there's different names, there's different drivers, and it takes a while to get used to, the drivers and the pecking order as well.
Yeah, definitely. You just need to get used to their strengths and their weaknesses. Once you identify the weaknesses, you know where to strike and where to not to strike when you're attacking them, and you know when to not if they're good at defending.
Yeah. Just riding on board with Stretch at the moment as he sets a lap for Q1. While he does that, I'll run over the standings of F3 at the moment. And as we've mentioned a couple of times, RSF1 Science in the Red Bull leading the way. He has a 44-point lead ahead of his nearest rival, Camo, in the Racing Point. Third of the way through, so still a long way to go, Mason, but 44 points. That's nearly 2 race wins, so effectively he can have a bad race here, and even if Camo wins, he still has a pretty decent lead going into France next week. Is it dangerous to have that kind of a point lead at this stage, because you get ease off a little bit, and that's when you make more mistakes? Do you reckon he just needs to keep on doing what he does?
Yeah, 100%. He needs to focus, even though he has that 44-point lead, he needs to focus and keep stretching that lead out at the front and keep the consistency up and not make any stupid decisions.
Yep, there's that. Yeah, Camo, as I said, is the nearest rival to him now on 73 points. Even Camo has a bit of a gap to third place Quaker Rates, but third place down is very, very close, which is always good to see. 54 points for Cooper Benz behind. Then you got the two Mercedes, Stretch on 51 points, Eagle on 43. Then we got Shane in the Renault, 41 points. Spooky is on 36 points, followed by Koala Fiji on 27, just ahead of Beast Pro on 25. Then the two Alfa Romeos, Millsy on 21, Monster Skyline 16. Eyes the Best is on 12 points, ahead of Gasly on 10. Quirky Turtle on 6 points. Ferrari of AMS Matty on 4. Brave Container on 1 point. And we still have Blazer Guns, Swift Joey and Musical Rocket yet to score. Hopefully they can get off the mark here tonight.
I'm looking at Stretch, and he went fast in the first sector there, but he hasn't went fastest in the second. I think he's made a mistake somewhere. He's about to come across the line going into it. No, he's invalidated.
Yeah, I was going to say he took that last corner with loads of speed, and obviously went straight over the curb there.
Just needs to take his time.
Get the stream up. And that's the thing at this track as well, similar to, I think, the last track we went to, which has a similar problem, is China. If you cut the corner on your flying lap that you're currently on, it then invalidates your next one, and that could be qualifying braking, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely, especially in that the World Champions, you just could invalidate there, and you won't have any time to do another lap, and that's your qualifying done.
Right, I've just got up the stream, guys. Everyone that's watching, we've got 20 viewers so far, which is a good amount to begin. It normally bumps up for the race. That's what it normally does. Just doing a quick mic check, quality check. Everything good at the moment. As Brave Container sets a very slow 125.1, but obviously you don't need to push at this point. I mean, saying that, Spooky is
in the pit, sorry.
Yeah, saying that, Spooky's on a 2-minute 41. Which is brilliant. And yeah, we're just waiting for ones to go through. Yeah, Toxic CW says yes, so we're good.
Oh.
Right, as you are in the commerce box for the first time, Mason, let's know something about you. What's your favourite real life F1 team if you have one?
Ferrari, 100%. Love them.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay. Similar to Mr. Raikkonen as well, who... No, Raikkonen's in F5, sorry.
Yeah.
Or Raikkonen was in F4. Yeah, what is it about Ferrari that you like about them?
Well, since I was a kid, I used to play with little toys and always be Ferrari toys. And not long ago, my friend Toxic, he was in massively into F1, and I decided just to follow it and see how it went because I thought it was quite bad at the start. Once I got into it, it was really good, and I chose Ferrari as my team because my favourite driver is Charles Leclerc, so I just chose Ferrari as well.
Oh, nice. Nice. Obviously, didn't have a great season last season in real life, but they're coming back, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they looked so much better in the race on Sunday. Watched it. 6th place. It was okay. I mean, Charles Leclerc did start in 4th and end up 6th, but better than last season.
Yeah, I haven't had a favorite team, I guess, for a while. I mean, would be a slight kind of Williams fanboy, but of course, unfortunately, they haven't had success for a long time.
No.
Also used to like BMW, Kubica in 2008. Used to like him as a driver. It's such a shame that obviously he had his rally accident and he was never not really been the same since. I mean, obviously he made that kind of comeback in Williams, but it's a shame for Kubica because I think that's as of many of recently talent that has been missed.
Yeah.
I used to like Heitfeld as well. Kind of liked him. Just did it. So got his head down and just raced, which quite a lot of them do.
I do really like George
there we
Russell
go.
as well. He's got a lot of potential.
There we go. Q1 is over. Obviously, times we kind of take a look at. I mean, obviously the top 6, I think clearly were pushing a little bit. So Koala looking good on a 109.1, but obviously we have no idea what else to do. So qualifying officially starts now into Q2, and this is where strategy obviously comes into play.
Definitely, it's going to be a 2-stop strategy in the race.
Is it 2-stop?
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to do a 1-stop. And I think it is possible, but you just won't be as fast. I think a 2-stop is the fastest strategy to use.
Hard tyres.
I don't know. No, because I was thinking of a strategy to do, and I heard Spooky talking about his. He was going to do a good one to do with soft, medium, soft. He said that was the quickest way, so maybe some other people might be doing 2 stops. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Spooky definitely is.
Do you think people would try to do the 1-stop, softs to hards or mediums to hards, if they can do it?
Yeah, 100. I think there will be a lot of people that will try the 1-stop, but I personally think the 2-stop is the quickest way.
Toxic CW says don't expose him. Not exposing you at all, just saying what strategy you may or may not be going for.
Exactly, might not be doing that.
Alright, so Red Bull straight out. I's the best, yeah.
Oh, I's the best, oh god.
No problem. I's the best. How's his oh god. I've just seen his record over the last few races. He hasn't scored a point since Vietnam.
Oh dear.
And that's amazing for me. I don't think that's anything to do with pace, because I've seen him, qualifies reasonably well, races reasonably well. He's a very wise driver. I just think he's got very unlucky this season so far.
Yeah, I watched in Baku. I think I saw him a couple of times. He wasn't getting shown much, but he did look like a really good driver. This could be his chance to get some points on the board.
I believe Racing Point are actually winning the constructors at the moment. Obviously, Camo and Cooper Benz. Cooper Benz, unfortunately, not here tonight. But yeah, both there, two consistent drivers at the top. As you say, let's hope I's the best luck can change here tonight. I think he's known to be a Canada specialist. He seems to do well at this track here, so let's see what he can do as we ride on board of him as he heads through the final corner. Yeah, taking it very cautiously just to make sure he gets the lap on the board now. It's very easy to cut. Technically, turn 1, that right-hander is completely flat, but I think this is turn 1. Left-hander down into second gear for turn 2. And then mind the traction on the exit. A lot of short shifting to minimise that for Mice the Best as he goes through turn 3 and 4. 5 and then 6, completely flat out. And then 7, 8 chicane here. You got a kind of short shift halfway through, so you get a good exit on here because this will improve your lap time as you go along here. Now this chicane here, turn 9 and 10, very, very tricky because you've got the orange curbs that could throw the car, and you've got the shadow of the bridge before you turn in, which is always very difficult. And then down into the hairpin. Got to get the exit completely right. You can take it in first or second gear. He decided to go to first and short shift on the exit, minimize the traction. I do believe he's running no traction. That's plain and obvious, as you can see with the short shifting technique. Down into the last chicane, you just basically got to chuck the car in and keep it as stable as possible, run over the curbs, and then to the line. It's going to be a decent lap. It's a 9.2. That might be safe for Q3, but yeah, decent lap time. Beaten by Braver Container with a 9.1 in the Haas.
Yep, very good lap from Braver Container there. 9.1 should be set for Q3.
Sainz has invalidated his first effort, as has Stretch on the mediums. Koala swinging himself into turn 5 and 6, nearly hit the Red Bull. See, Koala. Yeah, Koala looked pretty good in the end of Q1. If you obviously you're taking times into perspective, obviously we kind of weren't. Makes sense that he goes on mediums, Mason, here, because if you're naturally quick in Q1, you would try and go through the harder compound, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you can make that last in the race, you should be fine. Maybe you might be going for a one stop there, medium to, I don't know, medium to soft, is it, or medium to hard?
I'd say medium to hard.
Medium to hard, yeah.
That's a solid lap though on a set of mediums, a 9.4.
Very good lap.
Very nice.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers out in the mediums, the rest are in softs.
Where is Koala on my notes? Might be a reserve actually.
Eagle
goes. Yeah, 9.0 from Eagle, quickest time of the event so far. Are we going to have anybody in the 8s? I wonder.
Bookies, I think, made a mistake. Nah, I won 11 there. But, Toxics went fastest in the first sector there. Could be a good lap from him.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Quirky Turtle through the last corner, cuts the last corner and bangs into the Wall of Champions as well. So, double whammy there for Quirky. A lot of invalidations, Mason, I'm seeing at the moment. Track limits already starting to affect people.
Yeah, definitely. It's very hard to not get penalties. If you don't get any penalties in the race, you should be put into a good position. If everyone else above you has penalties, so try to not get any penalties. Toxic
MW 10-0. Camo on a 9.2 on the mediums. Wow.
That is very impressive. Gasly going fastest in the first sector as well. Oh, he's invalidated.
Oh, yeah, turned in slightly too early. You know as well when you're seeing these drivers, you know when they're going to validate, especially I would know it because I'm faint for track limits. And you're turning in too early like what Gasly did there.
Lucky top one, lucky. I'm validating in more champions there. That signs
I've had
out.
situations. Yeah, I've had situations like this as well in qualifying where, because this is the thing about qualifying these days, especially in league racing, Mason. only have a certain set amount of tyres, don't you? And especially if you want to try and save a set for the race, or that's your initial plan, and then you like invalidate your first run in Q1 or your first run in Q2, it really messes up your mind, doesn't it? And then you have to change your strategy even at this early stage.
Yeah, it can be very irritating, especially if you've practiced that strategy the full week and it's went all up in flames if you've not got it perfect in qualifying by invalidating. It's just not good, not good.
See, I'm the person with practice. I do practice, but I'm always with the mindset as you can practice all you like, because things may still go wrong in the race and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Right on board with Science, championship leader, 19.3 first sector is a very good first sector benchmark. Obviously on the softs, just completely wants to leave it not in doubt at all.
Very,
nice
very
and stable
fast.
through. Yeah. 40.8 middle sector. Yeah, he's on a pretty solid lap. Look very stable so far. See how he takes the last chicane. This is all... Obviously, I think he knows he's on a good lap to see how he takes this. Nicely done. This, I think, will be pretty good. It might be in the 8s.
Oh,
It is. It's an 8.8.
good lap.
And the thing is with that, on board with that, that looks so planted, didn't it? And that's the key. If the car's underneath you, you're going to go quick.
Yeah, that must have given him a big confidence boost there, going fastest in the grid so far. Musical Rocket is... Oh, a 197. Good lap.
Yeah, on board with Shane at the moment. He's on the medium tyres and actually did a very solid middle sector. So this lap on the mediums might beat Camo's on the 9.2. Let's see how he takes last chicane, but it was a little bit off. He turned in a little bit too early in the last chicane. Still be a decent lap, but he lost a good 3 or 4 tenths there. So 9.6 though.
Might
hesitation in that last. Yeah. Hesitation in that last corner. As I said, it's all down to when you turn in, when you brake, and the difficult part of it is you got such a long run down to it. You got, as I said, you got almost too much time to think when you're gonna brake and turn for the last corner.
Yeah, it puts you off a lot. Musical Rocket.
Interesting. Oh, he's half a second up.
Oh, good lap.
Nice. I'm flat as well. Pretty good. Obviously, Musical Rocket was in the comms box, similar to yourself, Mason, last week in his debut. Did very well. I think he did F4 last week with Spooky.
Yeah, I did listen to it after the race. He done a very good job.
In the chat, your mother's helper. That is an interesting name. Everyone on the wheel. No, it's... I do think we do have like a few wheel users in this, but the league is run with what you want, basically. Same with assists. RSF1 is always sorted by your pure pace based on what you can do. Obviously, I know there are leagues out there that have assist separation and equipment separation, but we're not at that stage just yet.
Mills is about to go out in the lap. He's starting it.
Ooh. Ghastly with a clip on the wall. Got away with no damage though. How's Millsy getting on? Ooh, went a bit deep into turn 3 and 4 there.
Don't want to be touching that grass.
Millsy is actually on a record of he's finished every race in the points, Mason.
That's very impressive.
Mm.
See what he can do today.
They
Oh, he's
the highest.
invalidated.
Yeah, saw that there. The highest he's finished is 6th, so they're solid points. Obviously, he's not been on the podium yet, which I think he is very capable of doing. Yeah, he's been in the points every race this season as Gasly again scrapes the wall of champions. But gets away with it in a 9.3. Looking very close in that midfield, Mason. This bodes well for the race.
But it looks looking very close. We're down to the wire here. Fox with a good lap there. 9 flat.
Very good. Another joins the 9 flat club with Eagle and Rocket. Quirky again invalidates the last corner, and that's going to hamper him for the next one. So he's under real pressure. He's got time to get round and go for another lap, but it's whether he has the fuel and tyres to do so.
Yep. Fuel's a big thingy to make sure you don't run out.
Stretch joins the 9 flat club, goes to 4th in the Mercedes. Pretty good lap from Stretch there.
Coming down to the wire here, everyone's out on track.
I've noticed as well, Camo, who I thought he would have been safe on the mediums that he did, the 9.2, but he's realised, actually, I'm not going to be safe, because he's down to 7th and he's gone out on a fresh set of softs.
Yeah, I think he's just going to go out in the soft plate safe and get a good lap in to get himself into Q3.
And that's the thing about going for the alternate strategy, Mason, isn't it? It all really depends of how close the grid is, of whether you can actually do it.
Yeah, it was like that in Baku last week. I went out in the mediums, saw everyone while everyone else was going fast on the softs, and I didn't have enough time to go out in the softs, so it is a big factor when you see everyone else going faster, so you need to make that decision quickly.
Yeah, everyone is now on the softs. Koala and Shane, who did on the mediums, is there on the softs. Braver Container, an 8.8, 3 thousandths behind Sainz. What a lap from Braver.
Great lap.
Laser Guns into the last corner, flings the car through. An 8.8 from Shane. This is getting ridiculously close. Blazer goes to 12, misses out in the top 10.
Unlucky.
Millsy's out.
Quacky might be the next.
Is out as well.
Spooky's out. Quacky, I think, is the next across the line here.
He's the last one, I think, in the outside the top 10 that can change. Here comes Quirky. He's got to beat a 9.3, and no, a 9.4.
Unlucky.
Goes 11th. And I think, yeah, I think that is it. That is your top 10. Let's have a look at that. That is half a second covering the top 10. The top 3 covered by 5 thousandths of a second. Sainz, Braver and Shane.
It's going to be very interesting going into Q3 so you can get pole position.
And I've just noticed, if you go on to the best, on the detail, look at Camo. Got through on the medium tyres in the end, actually. Only just. But that could be...
As well.
Yeah, that could be pivotal for this race. If Camo qualifies very well in Q3, starting the mediums, that could be very interesting.
He obviously done a really good lap there in the mediums, so this could play into his hands in the race.
There we go, look at that top 3, 5 thousandths of a second, 3 different drivers, 3 different teams as well. Great stuff. But out of Q2, Quirky Turtle just missing out in 11th, Koala in 12th, Laser Guns in 13th, Millsy 14th, and Spooky in 15th. Koala for me is the surprise because he set a 9-1 in Q1 there, Mason, and obviously tried to get through in the mediums, but didn't make it.
Maybe that was part of his strategy. You never know. He might have done that on purpose, but lucky from him. It's going to be interesting seeing get pole position here.
Who's your money on? If you had to name anyone, although it's very difficult, I think this one.
I'm gonna go with Science. I think he's gonna get pole.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Shane on this one.
Yeah, they're good Q2 there.
What do you think in the chat? Who's your pole position? Who's it gonna be? Stretch is, I think, gonna be the first one out. Yeah, he is in the Mercedes. Clouds gathering a little bit, but no chance of rain, I don't think, really.
Rain is horrendous in this track. Absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more tricky than last game, rain in general, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot more realistic. It's I hate the rain. I'm so bad racing in the rain. I just lose so much time.
Yeah. Way I describe it, because I normally run medium traction, have done for years, and I'm just what I'm used to. In the last game, like rain under medium traction was if you're running full traction, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
On this game, it's as if you're running no traction at times.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've just started going into medium traction, and I'd done a practice earlier by myself in Canada with full wets, and it was really bad. I just couldn't keep the car in control.
Right, if I keep on board with Shane, if you think is that Science out or is that Science is out? If you keep an eye on Science,
right, cool.
Yeah.
Someone's went for Toxic on pole.
Yeah. Stretch is ahead of Shane on the road, and we'll keep an eye on him. Here we go, Shane, turning it very nicely. 4 and 5. 19.2 first sector is pretty good. Right, so if you let me know Science's first sector as he goes through it.
Is there a 19.2 as well, fastest?
Ooh. Saying 40.8 middle sector. This is a pretty good lap, I think.
It's
the car turned in. Stretch is about to cross the line, see what he does. He does 188.
Science went fastest in second.
What did Science do?
Oh.
Saying clip the wall of champions got damaged, so his lap is done. So Stretch currently fastest, puts his name in the mix.
Very good exit there.
Here comes Science.
You're gonna do an 8.
Oh!
Very good lap.
600s. Braver 9-1. Mercedes of Eagle, who's looking pretty good as well. A 9-0 goes third. This is ridiculous. Camo.
What can you do? Oh!
8-7! Oh!
It's gonna be close.
First 8-7 of the evening. Invalidated. And the rest have invalidated, and Eyes, who was late out of the pits, is on an out lap.
I'm gonna stick on board with Eyes and see what he does.
Yeah, see who else there is. Is Shane going to go for another lap, or is he going to duck into the pits? He's going to duck into the pits, okay. I say duck in the bits. He flew into the bits without no looking at the speed limit, which obviously you can do at this point. Oh,
Oh,
get your jacket, son.
Maybe they're supposed to be then.
Toxic CW. Don't reckon there is rain. Obviously, the clouds are a lot more darker than this. Or are you referring to the race toxic?
Yeah, I think he is. News could rocket, gonna come across the line. Gonna do.
Oh, looking good.
An 8-9. Good lap.
This is ridiculously close right now. Eyes invalidated.
Everyone else.
Although if it's raining in the race, Mason, why would Camo go on mediums? My only question.
I don't know. Like mediums are.
Unless it's rained late in the race.
Maybe towards the end. Maybe he might go in the mediums to push until the end, so he doesn't need to pit at all.
Possibly. Right. See how high he gets on. Invalidated his first attempt. Slight clip of the grass through turn 1. But nicely through turn 3. Ooh. See, I don't know whether the chat is toying with me now. Keep saying it's raining, but... Or it's gonna be. Or I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Probably could rain maybe near the end, I don't know. Doesn't look as if it could rain.
Definitely seems to be clouding over, but again, normally it's darker than this before it starts.
Jane's about to start a lap. On the straight now.
2-1-3 and eyes. There's a wall there. Very deep into the hairpin. He's backing out of it. He's got plenty of time now.
Gonna ride on board with Shane here, see what he does. Oh, he does that. Oh, never mind.
Nicely done through turn 1 and 2. Lovely through that part.
Beautiful.
That was flat and stable. 19-3 first sector. 10th down on what he did in his first run. Nicely through there. Didn't get the turning in for the first part, but didn't seem to cost him that much.
Fastest in second.
That's his PB, by the way, when it goes purple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's his PB in that section.
Alright, okay, so yeah, I thought that was the...
Yeah, yeah, it's alright. We've always thought it's that, but I always then check the race director, and it's like he's not the foul one again. Exactly the same. More wing damage and invalidate
just behind
the
them.
next run.
They come across the line. 9-3.
9-3. I have to say, Mason, it's quite impressive that MW. Jeez, that was close. I have to say, it's quite impressive MW in his first run in Q3 to get into top 10. I know we only have 15, but it's still quite impressive.
Yeah, he's a very good driver, very talented, and he's very fast as well.
Nicely turned in for that hairpin, even with the clip on the grass on the entrance.
Gonna be a good lap.
Lovely. This might get up there.
See what it is.
Yeah.
9 flat.
6th.
Good lap.
Yeah, very good. I mean, if he could get middle top 10, that would be very good.
Oops, Gaz is going to come across the line again. See what he does. 9 flat as well.
7th. Everyone else is out on the track apart from Eagle, Braver and Shane. Sainz quicker in the first sector. A lot of traffic in front of him, but hopefully that shouldn't cause him too much trouble. 600's up. Everyone on the racing line in front of him. Even his teammate, who is not going to give him slipstream whatsoever. Although I haven't seen slipstream at all from any team in any tier for a very long time, Mason. So
I haven't seen it either. Not gonna lie, no, it's not a thing.
Oh, this is good, and he's going to get a bit of slipstream from the car in front. Is it going to be enough? Yes, he does. 200s takes it back.
I'll see what Camo does. He's down at 1,000th of a second.
That slipstream from the Williams of Musical Rocket might have given that Sainz that little bit of edge, which obviously Camo has nowhere near him.
Oh, he's
200 sub. Oh, it's so close. The 200s will get him back pole.
Let's see. It's gonna be good.
Lovely to and fro battle this is so far. All down to the last chicane. Nail it, chuck it in. Nicely done.
Very nicely
this
done.
could be very close.
Oh,
he takes it back.
Very,
Wow,
very
by 500ths, half a tenth. And now Sainz is on another lap. Is he going to take pole back? This is ridiculous between the pair of them. Yeah, he does! Oh my word.
Very, very entertaining here.
Anybody else want to get involved? Stretch goes to third on an 8-8. Then you got Eagles invalidated, Brave is invalidated, Ice is invalidated. Camo's trying to make it to the line again. And that might be it for the pair of them.
Very good Q3, very entertaining.
Oh, Shane. Shane's under pressure. He's yet to set a lap and very nearly invalidated through 7 and 8 there. Yeah, Sainz and Camo are done.
Musical Rockets. Oh, he's down a 10th.
Nicely done from Shane. One and only lap. Where does it put him? 9th on a 9-2. Ice never set a lap. Braver.
Oh, Musical
Rocket.
Musical Rocket's binned it.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that in the background. Braver goes third. Nearly gets himself on the front row. And then it's just Eagle left to go. Does he improve? He does. He goes to 5th. Right behind his teammate. 1,000ths behind his teammate.
Very good Q3
wow.
there. Very good.
Well, that was incredible.
This race is going to be very interesting now.
So what was that? So Sainz took it first, then Camo, then Sainz, then Camo, then Sainz, then Camo, and every time they beat each other, it was by what? Less than a tenth?
Yeah, it was
17.
Wow. Very, very close.
17 in the end. So you got the top 3. Sainz, Camo, then Brave. And then look how close Stretch, Eagle, Toxic, and Musical Rocket are. All within a tenth of each other as well.
Nicely done from Toxic on his debut.
Yeah, Gasly in 8th, Shane in 9th. I think Shane would be very disappointed with that, because his last lap he had to get a lap on the board and he could tell he was very nervous. I's the best as well, would not be very happy with that, but they're in the top 10, which is good.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna.
And Camo in those mediums, Mason, 2nd place.
It's going to be very interesting. See how long he can make those mediums last for.
Oh, it is. It is cloudy.
Oh, maybe it is supposed to rain. Maybe towards the end of the race or midway through.
Just count the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14. We're missing one. The names on the right. I miscounted.
Is it Spooky? Am I missing Spooky?
No, Spooky's 4th
Oh
down.
no, I see it.
Yeah, we are missing one. I can't think.
No.
Camo, yeah. Science. Yeah. Eyes. Yeah. Maybe we're not missing one. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. Anyway, this race. I'm pretty excited for this, not going to lie, Mason, because if that qualifying is anything to go by, this could all go down to the finer points, you know. We're talking about strategy, if there's a safety car, when do you pit, and then track limits as well. Who gets the least amount of penalties?
Who do you think's going to take the win today?
I mean, safest bet is any one of the top 10, to be honest.
Yeah.
Camo, the only one on the mediums in the top 10 is intriguing enough because he's got to, he's got to keep with the leaders. He's got to get a good start. I mean, the perfect start, the dream start would be to get ahead of Sainz, but I don't think he'll be able to do that unless Sainz has a very poor getaway. And then from then is who's he got in third behind him? He's got Brave Container in third behind him and Stretch. He's got to keep ahead of them. Yeah, I think that would be the key thing. On a normal race, without any safety cars, he's got to stay with the leaders. And if he could stay with the leaders, then he's in prime position, really, for me.
Yeah. Hammer's just going to make sure he can stay up with Sainz. Sainz is going to be faster at the start of the race on those softs.
But that's a normal race, though.
Yeah.
That's a normal race. There's safety cars. I commentated on a race yesterday in a separate league. We have 3 safety cars in that one, and each safety car changed the face of the race. And this place is very, very common. It's very easy to make a mistake. All the champions, in particular the last corner, through turn 4 and 5 as well. So, and with it being so competitive, there's might not be much room for error. So there could be instances, I hope not, but it is going to be very close.
Yeah. Spooky, the only one going to start on hards, everyone else on softs and mediums.
That's an interesting one as well.
We'll try and maybe take them. Maybe he might go for the one stop as well. He's changed up his strategy after that poor qualifying. Here we go, the formation lap.
Let me just quickly go through the grids. See if there's anybody that has left. Stretch. Stretch is the one. Right, I'm going to quickly invite him back.
Do you want me to run through the grid?
Yeah, let me get back to the screen. It's going to get Stretch back in just in case. Right, there we go. Run us through, please.
Right, so in P1 we've got RSF1 Sainz, P2 we've got Camo, P3 we've got...
You're doing the other way round. Okay, no, carry on.
Oh, is that right, yeah?
Carry on.
In P3 we have Braver Container, in P4 we have Stretch, P5 Eagle, P6 Toxic MW, P7 Musical Rocket, P8 Gasly, and P9 Shane, P10 Eyes the Best, P11 Quacky Turtle, P12 Koala, P13 Blazer Guns, P14 Millsy and P15 Spooky.
Thank you very much. You know what I would love in the next game?
What's that?
The spectator, right,
Mhm.
has like a grid rundown. Either you do it manually, or like, you know, in career mode they go through the grid like Hamilton's first, you know, about a second, you know, so on.
Yeah,
Imagine if they did that, and you were able to manually, you know, scroll down the screen or something.
that'd be very cool.
Hmm.
I'm looking forward
Be
to the new
something.
game. Very looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm trying not to be hyped up too much. That's the thing. Trying not to be hyped up. You know what I'm most hyped up for?
What's that?
Imola.
Oh,
Imola.
yeah,
Imola on these cars.
yeah.
Portimao as well, and Saudi Arabia, I guess. But yeah, Imola for me, because I haven't raced that track in, you know, competitive scenarios since 2006. You know, when that game came out. So, my God. All right, here we go for round number 9 of the season. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. The timing pages go all over the place, Mason. So
Yeah, it's a
that's
glitch.
normal. Well, it's not normal, but it normally does it. But we are ready and waiting for 5 red lights for the Canadian Grand Prix. Lights out and away they go. It's a good start from Sainz. He's going to retain the lead ahead of Camo as they go 2 to 3 wide in the midfield. Bit of bumping and boring. Braver Container gives Camo a little bit of a nudge in the lead, but Sainz already pulling away, and I think we're very clean actually through the first sector by the looks of it. Not anybody spinning around.
No.
Again, the timing pages are all over the place, but they sort themselves out. Koala's up 4 places and a good start. Stretch
Very good
like
start.
back, I don't think. I have invited Stretch, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe it's an internet thing, it's just cut him straight off, but very, very clean start, Mason.
Very good. Very clean. Very good start from Koala as well. Up 4 places.
Oh.
Oh.
Weiler gave his teammate Musical Rocket a nudge. They're all trying to get through Stretch's AI car, which unfortunately we can't do a thing about. Have invited him back. He's just dropping through the field, which is such a shame. Gasly is trying to go around the outside of it. He just in front. Oh, and there's a spinning Alpha. Millsy and Spooky, that is really unfortunate between the pair of them, and they've got to go around a full lap with that damage.
Ricky was talking about that before the race, that he didn't want to pick up damage. In that, especially in that position right there where he has to go do a full lap and a broken wing. Not good.
Yeah, it just looked like I don't know whether Millsy had any contact with anything else, but he was just spinning, could do nothing, and Spooky was just the wrong place at the wrong time. There's an AlphaTauri Blaze, I think, gone round as well in the back stretch. But Camo and Sights Mason already pulling away from Braver, 2 seconds up the road.
It's going to be an interesting battle.
Koala up 6 places from the start.
Very good start from him.
Amazing.
Especially on the mediums as well. Yeah, very good start from him. Both the Williams in P6 and 7, good points for them so far.
Timing pages again. Capitulating. MW's had a good solid start, up a place to 5th, and challenging Eagle and Braver right up ahead. Spooky decided to pit and Millsy not pitting in the end.
Spooky's going to go into the mediums. Oh, 3 seconds.
Still a long way to go in this race, yeah.
Only 3 laps in.
Pretty good start apart from Spooky and Millsy at the back, Mason. I'm quite impressed by these guys.
Yeah, very good start. Braver's managed to pull that gap down to by 2 tenths now. Starting to find some pace.
Yeah, it's kind of settling into rhythm of the race now. Yeah, closest battles on the track seem to be MW behind Eagle at the moment, and the two Williams. Musical Rocket putting Koala under pressure. I know obviously Koala got by Rocket Mason, but Musical Rocket's on the soft, so I would say maybe allow Musical to go through.
Yeah, I'd probably let him go through, even though Koala can last longer. Musical does have more of a chance as he's going to be faster on the soft tyres.
Oh, Eagles had a big sideways moment, and MW's all over the back of him. Although Eagle uses a bit of VRS, but MW does not, so just deciding to wait to the back straight, but he's all over the gearbox now. Got a bit loose through 7 and 8.
Only 2 penalties so far in this race. Gasly and Blazer Guns picking up 3 seconds.
This is a chance for MW, I think. Using a lot of VRS, DRS as well, probably putting it up to Rich as well, although this is going to be a bit of a bold move because he's not fully alongside, backs out of it. Eagle gets the better exit out of the chicane, but MW looking racy already, Mason.
Looking very good so far. Just need to keep that pace up and pressure Eagle some more, push him into some mistakes.
I tell you what, Camo up front, Mason, he is not letting Science go. Science cannot gap Camo at all, despite Camo being on the medium tyres.
No, Camo.
Under a second.
Yeah, he's having a very good race so far. Eagle now picking up 3 seconds as well is not good.
Oh, Eyes the Best is squeezing by Gasly through turn 7. Moving himself into 8th. I feel like MW needs to get by Eagle because look who's behind him. He got Koala on those mediums to put him under pressure.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a move somehow on Eagle to start pulling away because Koala's on these mediums and he's flying.
Oh no!
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. He's not going to be happy with that at all, and Koala's just going to swallow him up, and the problem is now he's going to have a heap load of understeer, Mason, isn't he? Front wing damage on this game is just, it hurts. It hurts a lot.
Shane's in the pits. Getting onto some softs.
MW still keeping behind Koala, but see, he needs... MW needs to make a decision now, doesn't he? Does he pit, get rid of it, or just try and race on with it? But problem with that understeer, then he could hit the wall even harder if it
costs him the
too
race.
Much. Yeah.
Eagle looks as if he's struggling.
Yeah, race pace isn't as consistent as the 3 ahead of him.
Seconds now that splits the Beaver container to Camo. The top 2 are flying.
Gasly into the pits. Definite two stuff for Gasly because he's gone straight onto the medium tyres.
It's like a 4-way battle between Musical, Toxic, Koala and Eagle. Maybe.
Yeah, Eyes the Best is going onto the back of this.
He's coming onto the back as well.
Let's go into the front 2 briefly. Again, Camo just latched onto the back of Science's DRS, and Science, no matter what he does, seem to be get away.
He's going to be interested on the back straight.
Oh,
stretch locks up. Plays on stretch going at it in the back straight here.
Ooh.
Plays a breezes past.
Big speed difference. Ice the best is in the pits. Musical's got by MW, who's really struggling with that damage now.
He's surely got to pits and he's going to keep losing places.
Yep. This is perfect for Camo right now, isn't it? Because it must give him a lot of confidence and a lot of positivity, the fact that he, on the medium tyres, is keeping up with Sainz.
Yeah, that's got to give him a big confidence boost that he can keep up with a sort runner. Especially
Look at
at
his
the second
ERS as
Sainz.
well.
Yeah. 90%.
Might even have a run on him out of this corner. Yeah, Camo's had enough of waiting around. He's going for it. And Breeze is by. Camo takes the lead and Sainz into the pits. Yeah. I think that's a clever move from Sainz, just losing the lead. Eagle, 5-second time penalty.
Oh, Toxic into the pits now, that's him. A lot of people pitting on lap 9 that were on the softs.
Yeah, pit lane very busy. Braver managed to stay ahead of Eagle. Oh.
Good scrap here.
They got all the guys coming out the pit lane as well.
Oh.
Eyes trying to go on the outside of Gasly. Not got a lot of room to manoeuvre, and Gasly just stays ahead.
Rickie's slowly but surely starting to catch up to the back of the pack.
Mills is yet to pit on that first lap wing damage he got from Spooky in the last corner. So Sainz came out in a lot of clean air in 4th place. 3 ahead of him are yet to pit. Blazer, Koala and Camo now leads this race.
Sainz is in a very good position here. Camo on the other hand is flying ahead.
Yeah. Here comes Musical Rocket. Down into turn 1. Had to go around the outside of Braver Container. Rubbing tyres almost, but Musical Rocket right round the outside. Lovely move. Into, I'd say, a net podium by the looks of it.
Stretch all over the back of MW's gearbox here.
All Camo time penalty.
The way Sainz
that could be key.
Going, yeah, Sainz hasn't got any penalties yet, so try to keep it clean, not get any penalties. He'll be in a very good position if he's able to catch up to the top 3.
Eyes is all over the back of Gasly. Millsy's not pitting, is really holding up Gasly and Eyes, which is going to bring Shane into perspective. Eyes is thinking, right, I need to get by the pair of them, lunging up the inside of Gasly, trying to give him room. This is bringing Shane into it. Gasly's like, I want to get past Millsy. Eyes might be looking for a double overtake potentially. This will be bold. Into the last corner. Gets by Millsy just. Millsy gives them just enough room. And it's through. Eyes is looking maybe into turn 1. No. Thinks better of it. This is all for 8th place. It's a great battling so far.
Very good, very good.
I think Millsy at this point is just hoping for a safety car, isn't he?
Yeah. There's a good battle here between Quickie, Shane and Millsy.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
They're
all queuing up.
Yeah. Oh yes, Toxic as well, and Stretch not far behind Toxic.
Yeah.
Good battle.
Still getting very close. Oh, here comes Squirky. Might go for a lunge on the hairpin. He's got to go around the outside. It clips on the wall. Rubs tyres with Shane. Shane gives Millsy a nudge. This is all getting far too close. They're all headbutting each other. All getting a bit feisty back here for, what's it, for 10th place at the moment?
Good racing though, good, very good to watch. Oh, who's that into the pits? That is Eyes. Again.
Yeah. Oh, has he got damage again? Just can't get the luck lately as Quirky's going right around the inside of Millsy. Great move from Quirky Turtle. And here comes Shane trying to go around the outside of Millsy. Millsy's just been attacked left, right and centre. Oh, give each other room. Oh, and in comes Shane's teammate, MW, right around the outside there. MW uses a bit of DRS and DRS to get past Millsy. Millsy again, he's on long tyres, he's got damage, and he's just trying to stay out there, but he's just dropping like a soda at the moment.
Yeah, not looking good for Millsy.
This is the only battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, everyone else
is
spread out.
Yeah.
Gap to Camel now, 5.7 seconds. He's pulling away.
Yeah, Sainz is within a second of Blaze as Millsy runs right through turn 1. Shane trying to go around the outside. Sideways, manages to do it. Now Stretch is looking to get by the Alfa Romeo. He's looking like he's going to the end on those hard tyres there.
Got to take care of them. Oh, Stretch all over the back of Millsy. He's going to get his move. Yeah.
Yeah. Sainz uses a bit of DRS to get by Blazer back into third place on track. The longer this goes on, Mason, I don't think Sainz most definitely cannot go to the end on these tyres, can he?
No. He'll have to make another stop.
Yep. Camo obviously has to stop, but he could potentially be trying to go for a one-stop here, couldn't he?
Yeah, I think he's going to try, see how long he can last in the mediums. Done a good job of it so far. He's absolutely flying. Oh. He'll flag.
Oh, it's Blaze, and no! He spun it. Middle sector.
Unfortunate.
That damage as well. No, just a bit of a spin. Has dropped him back a little bit though.
Only got 5 drivers out of 15 who still are yet to receive a penalty.
Right, so Koala pits. He was the other one going long on the medium tyres. And where is he gonna come out? Softs as well. Stretch all over the back of Shane. Shane really starting to struggle on these softs, and here comes Stretch right up on the inside. Bit of a lock up, but gets the move done onto Shane into 11th.
Good move there. From Stretch.
Yeah, these softs only last about, what, 7-8 laps, don't they?
Yeah, not that long.
They're quick. They're really quick for like 2-3, and then they start dropping off already.
Sainz is up into second. Start that chase on Camel. 7 seconds splits them.
So Koala, who's immediately come out of the pits on these softs. right behind MW now.
Gasly pressing Blazer here.
And my pits.
That's
And
gonna get
that's...
us done. Oh, Blazer into the pits.
Right, so where is Camo going to come out on all this? He's on a fresh set of softs, so he's definitely not going for the 1-stop then, Mason.
No.
Definite 2-stop. Interesting, like, little cat and mouse here strategy between him and Sainz at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting. See whose strategy works out the best at the end of the race.
Almost similar to the race yesterday in real life at Bahrain between Verstappen and Hamilton, isn't it?
Yeah. Verstappen very unlucky though in that race.
Right, so Camo at this point, he's got to get his foot down, doesn't he? He's got to use these softs while he has them.
He's coming up to the back of Braver here. They get the move done.
Brave or not.
Yeah.
I mean... yeah, not putting too much of a fight, Braver, but I think he's just running his own race, isn't he?
Yeah. Camel breezed past him.
Right, so Camo's going to be on these for... what, another 7-8 laps, I would say? Maybe 9?
I think he can push
And
them to
that
9.
Yeah, then that will take him to... another 7 laps, that'll be 24, so he can go for another softs if he has them, though, that's the thing. If
Yeah.
he saved a set of softs for qualifying...
Blazer done 12 seconds worth of penalties already.
Yeah, managing to get by Millsy, who's still yet to pit. Millsy's just hoping and praying for a safety car, I think, at this point, as Koala's going to have a run on Gasly for 6th. Gasly just gives him enough room. Koala back into 6th place on no softs, absolutely flying at the moment.
Toxic MW coming up to the back of Lucky here, put him under pressure. That pressure's led them getting a few seconds.
Yep.
Brett's just behind as well, see what he can do.
Well, Blaze under 15 now.
Not a good race for him. Not good.
Nah. Just hasn't had the luck all season long as Blazer. Carried on from last season as well. Gasly with another one, that puts him up to 9. Oh. Tots are giving Quirky a bit of a nudge. It's kind of like a baptism of fire for MW, isn't it? He hasn't stopped being in any battles.
No.
Oh, he's got a good exit.
Very good exit.
Oh, Quirky's got DRS though, so nah. Yeah, he hasn't got away from battles all race, MW, so he's like, welcome to F3, this is what it's like.
He wasn't really used to that in F4, he's always used to being dominant out in first place.
Yeah. Right, in the thick of it.
Brett's just
Behind
behind him.
Gasly. Quirky, yeah, Stretch as you say. Hammer, meantime, is really closing on our sights as Quirky goes for a lunge on Gasly. Gasly gives him the room. This is going to allow MW to maybe have a look.
Looks like it. Go lunge, yep.
Oh, go for it, go for it.
Good mate. Oh, is he going to stick it? Oh. Yeah.
He's going to get him. I think Gasly's
Yeah, he's
not...
got it.
Gasly backed out of it. I've got DRS. Great battle back here. Quirky for 7th. Toxic. Gasly and then Stretch as Camo has just
Oh,
got by Musical Rocket. Into
Gasly
second.
hits the ball there.
Any damage?
It didn't look as if he got any damage, but he did scrape the ball.
Here comes Stretch. Up on the inside, but Gasly has DRS, so this will stop Stretch from overtaking. We're ahead of them. MW is all over the back of Quirky.
He's going to go for the lunge again. No. Oh,
Quirky giving him the room. Opening the door.
I think Toxic's got him here. Yeah.
Yeah, should be able to. Look at behind. There's Stretch and Gasly as well. 2 DRS passes.
Hamel 1.5 seconds.
He's pushing, isn't he? But I feel that the 2 penalties he's now got, that's going to cost him against Sainz, who has none at all.
The way if Toxic keeps this going, everyone else above him's got penalties. He doesn't. Just to keep it clean, you get some easy points here.
Alright, it's lap 21 of this race, so Sainz leading the way, but he's got Camo on his softs catching him. They're not too far ahead of Musical Rocket either, so Rocket could insert himself into this battle for the potential win. Then you've got Braver kind of in a race by himself at the moment in 4th, Eagles in 5th, Koala is 6th in the Williams. Then we got the battling Toxic MW, Quirky and Stretch, Gasly rounding up the top 10. All 15 cars are still running, which is good. And we're yet to have a safety car at the moment.
Quirky overtakes Toxic. Oh, Toxic comes back at him. Good exit there.
Oh. And lovely.
Very well done.
Lovely move in turn 1. They both get a little bit sideways. Stretch gave Quirky a little bit of a nudge, but Toxic ahead once again.
Quirky's just isolated at the back. On the
Yeah, hasn't recovered really.
No.
And it is really tough to recover from a first lap incident, isn't it?
Yeah.
Closest battle on the track, although Camo is very slowly just going to get within the second of Sainz, but he's used almost the whole life of these soft tyres just to get to Sainz, isn't he? I don't think he's going to have anything much left.
I don't think Sainz should be that worried anyway with Hamel having penalties and he doesn't. If he does overtake him, just focus on staying within the penalties that he's been given. He's on 6th now.
Alon do mediums last, or not too many laps more than what Sainz is on at the moment.
I think it's like 16, 17 laps. That's the most.
So they're both kind of in the same situation, isn't it? They both pitting soon, and they both could either go to mediums or soft tyres.
I'm going to say Sainz is going to go into the soft. Maybe Camo going in our soft again, unless he doesn't have any spare.
Oh, he's going to be right with him. It's a battle for the lead. And Sainz ain't going to fight it. I think you're right. I think he realises, I'll just allow you to take the lead for now because I've got no pens.
Just need to stay within the 6 seconds and he should be fine.
Good move from Camo though.
Oh, quickly taking out Toxic there, going into the pits. That's close.
Yeah, that pit entrance is very dangerous, isn't it? Because he just goes straight line straight in.
Yeah.
When everyone else is braking for the corner. It's good stuff for Musical Rocket, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's had very good race pace. Keeping up with these two, he's just thinking, well, if anything happens between you two, I'll take it, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's in the same position as them anyway. Same lap of tyres. So he could do something here and get the win.
Just don't pit. Gonna go again.
If a container not that far behind, only 6 seconds down the road, but you never know.
Yeah, he's kind of in no man's land, isn't he? He's seems to be pulling or maintaining the gap over Regal, but he's losing time to the front three.
Yeah, I think he's just racing his own race. P4, if he manages to get it, still good points.
Toxic MW in the pits, as is Blazer and Ghastly.
Going on to the softs. 10 laps to go. He'll probably stick the softs on to the end, maybe. Might push him to the end.
Oh, he's going to be close to his battling partner Quirky.
Oh, yellow flag.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that was close. Oh, yellow flag. Koala's had a spin, is that a punch?
Yeah. Koala had a spin there.
Ah.
I was unlucky. I don't know if he's got wing damage.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. That's unlucky. He had a good race there.
Front two pit. Nose to tail. What are they going to go on?
Thanks hard. Soft, sorry.
Softs.
Ammo, softs as well.
It's
This is getting interesting. Spooky picking up his 3 seconds.
Musical and Braver carry on just to extend the stint on the mediums. Everyone else behind them pit as the double stack for Mercedes. Uh-oh. Eagle ahead of Stretch. Stretch has to wait.
Stretch had wing damage as well.
Hey, 9 laps. He's got to go another 9 again. Could Shane go to the end on his tyres?
That'll take him. Yeah, yellow flag there. That'll take him to what? 18.
Oh, Gasly's DNF'd. Gasly's DNF. That's why.
18 lap old hot mediums. It could. I think he can. I think he can take him to the end as long as he manages them well.
I think at this point, I think it's his only chance of some decent position.
Yeah. Laser guns
Brave
coming up to the
musical
back
pit.
of Toxic here. Might get him on the main straight. Toxic is on the fresh softs though, so we should have a wee bit more pace.
Oh.
Maybe not.
Oh, Blaze, this will be bold. This will be bold.
Oh.
Oh. It's really tough to run side by side through there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just about got away with it.
Easily pick up a penalty there. One wrong move.
Alright, so Camo in the lead. And he's got to pull 6 seconds on Sainz. So I think at this point, Sainz is just going to monitor the gap. Just keep him at arm's length, really. Just don't let him get ahead too much.
Nope, only 1.3 seconds ahead. Just keep it that way and just not get any penalties, and he's won the race.
Asking what's fastest lap. 11.251 by Shane. He's in currently 5th place, but we might see an improvement on that as everyone's Well, most of them are on softs, on fresh ones as well. Yeah, there you go. Camo on 11094.
Toxic keeps pushing. He can get a possible P6 here on his debut.
Oh yeah, because
That's got the penalties.
Blazing that AlphaTauri. So he's got
he's got
another penalty. 21.
Not good.
30 is the limit, by the way, for disqualification. And why do I know that? Because I've done it.
Never happened
Done
to
it
me
around Mexico.
before.
Done it around Mexico, which is worse than Canada in my view. Stretch fastest lap. So he's beaten Camo's fastest lap by 0.005 of a second. But he's outside the top 10.
Eyes is in the points here to get his first point.
Ooh.
16 lap old hards.
He has scored before, he just hasn't scored since Vietnam.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, well, he can get his points on the board.
How many penalties does he have?
9.
Yeah, might be under pressure from Koala, because Koala's on freshest softs against hards.
Yeah.
That'll be tough to keep hold of it. Gap to leader, please. Been asked in the chat. There we go. NW got a good run on Quirky. Quirky defending, but gives Toxic just enough room, and good move. Good move from Toxic. Fastest up again for Stretch, 11-0.
Hogs keeps this going. He's got a P6 here. If he can stay within 3 seconds of Eagle.
Yeah, France is up there with track limits. That's of course. Oh god! Speaking of, Laser, stop!
The laser.
You're on 24.
Come on, son.
I don't want you to be disqualified, same as me. You need to cut it down. Stretch is one as well.
Stretch is on 12 seconds.
USA first sector as well. That's another place.
Oh, yeah.
Austria in 2 weeks' time.
Looking forward to that track.
And this is the thing, right? I kind of get with track limits, as again, spooky. I kind of get with track limits because, you know, gaining advantage, all that kind of stuff. But in terms of this race, Mason, it is a shame with these top two because you want them to fight. But as you said, and as I've said as well, Sainz is just staying there at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything more, and he realises that.
That's the thing. I mean, people do want to see battles, but they're just going to play strategic and play smart and just stay within the penalties, the seconds, and you're fine.
Fortunately, we don't have a PC league at the moment. Hyper Simp Gaming, I'm afraid. Yeah, USA track limits in the turn 2 to 6 is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
See, Stygian in the chat saying he gained half a second on that last lap. He thinks he wants to take it on track. Well,
he could. Oh, Shane picking up a penalty here. That gives Toxic a good chance of, if he overtakes Eagle, to catch up to Shane, get P5.
Yeah, we've now only got Sainz and MW, the only ones that don't have penalties at all.
Shane could start struggling now. He's on 14 lap old mediums.
Yeah, he's got probably another 2-3 more laps. I think he might make it, you know.
He might make it.
But he is rapidly being caught.
Yeah, by Eagle behind, who is closely followed behind by Toxic. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, I think Spooky's
yeah,
going into the
Spooky's
fire.
caught it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a shame. He didn't really recover since the first lap, has he?
No, it's sorry for them. He had a good race in Baku last week, getting his first podium, and F3. It's just not went his way this time.
NW still got to look out for Quirky and Blazer. Blazer's actually got to run on Quirky through to turn 1. Maybe, nope.
I think Toxic might be the same, not needing to worry by Quirky and Blazer because they both have a lot of penalties and he doesn't. Give him a wee bit of a confidence boost.
Rocket. I'll keep it on the penalties now actually, so we can get a rough idea where people are at. I'm on board with Eagle because Eagle has caught Shane massively on this lap. Shane is really struggling with his tyres now.
I think Eagle might get him on this back straight here.
Sainz is within a second of Camo, meantime. Keep an eye on that.
Working Blazer. And a good battle. Lucky's coming up to the back of Toxic, so they're going to make the move. No.
Oh, Blazer, careful. Nearly hitting the back of Quirky. He's got a huge run at the last corner. He's gonna have him.
Eyes is coming under pressure from Stretch and Koala.
Yeah, that's that last point. And Eyes has 3 seconds over Stretch, but he's losing 3 seconds to Koala. Then he's got another one himself.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
No. I think he's going to hang on to that point.
In 21 lap old hards, you might struggle. Oh, Blazer.
Uh-oh. Blazer's one more.
One more away.
I think it's one. Eagle gives Shane a bit of a headbutt.
Shane is Eagle going to get this. Yeah, he's got a good run on him. His red lights flashing to show he's below. Both low on the RS as well.
Yeah. But it's the exit out of the hairpin, the much better tyres and the better compound. 2 laps to go. And Sainz is within a second, so he's close enough to have a go if he wants to.
Koala's picked up another penalty.
Like, he's close enough to take the lead on track, but does he need to? It's that thing we want him to battle.
We do, but he doesn't need to.
Musical Rocket as well. It's always been there, just in case.
I mean, he's got an 11-second gap between him and Braver, so I think he's just gonna maybe play it safe, might push more to get within the 3 seconds of Camo. How many penalties is he on? He's on 6, so...
Right, last lap. And it's been a to and fro evening between these two, hasn't it? Qualifying we had it in Q3. And this race is, you know, it's been this low game volume CW. Because any higher then you can barely hear the pair of us basically. On 10 I believe in the settings, so it's been to and fro, Mason, but at the end of the day this is going to be decided on penalties by the looks of it. Yeah, Sainz has just kept his head.
Sainz has had a good race. Very good race, not getting any penalties. It's a big factor in these races, not getting any penalties.
Yeah, and I think Camo got his time penalties when he was pushing on those softs, but here comes Sainz. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Oh, this could go. Oh, he is going to take on track. Camo gets another penalty. That's going to cost him. That's going to cost Camo second place.
Oh yeah.
Musical Rocket's going to have him. He does.
Go. Oh, what an entire race that is. Is that a little bit controversial? Because Sainz didn't have to overtake Camo, and because he did, Sainz battled with him and cut the last chicane, and that penalty has cost him second. That's very unfortunate for Camo.
Ooh.
Cox is going to get that P6 in his debut. Or P5.
P5.
Good
He
race.
got ego by 200ths on the line.
Good race from him. Very good race. P5 in your
Now
debut.
flag is set to 3. Eyes gets the point
Oh, well
because
done.
Blazer dropped back so much because he had 27 seconds penalty.
Yeah.
Eyes gets 10th place. So Eagle 6th, Shane 7th, Quirky 8th, Koala 9th, Eyes the best 10th, Blazer stretch, and then Millsy
The two
hits
McLadens out.
on the last lap. Wow.
That was a good race to watch.
Very intriguing. No safety cars. Not even a virtual.
No,
Very,
kept it
very
clean.
clean professional race, yeah. Not high in the drama, but high in the good overtaking and the good racing, I think that is. Yeah, that is that was definitely an interesting moment of that last chicane, because again we kept saying Sainz didn't have to win it on track, but of course it's always good.
Always good to win it
No.
on track, but
Camo's not joining the party, I've just been told from him. He don't want to speak. So that's fine, that's up to him. So we're just going to have Sainz and Musical Rocket in the party for the questions.
okay.
Right, can you run us through the results, please?
So in winner today was RSF1 Signs, followed by Musical Rocket in P2, Camo in P3, Lever Container in P4, Toxic W in his debut in P5, Eagle in P6, RSF1 Shane in P7, Quirky Turtle P8, Koala P9, Eyes the Beast in P10, Blazer Guns in P11, Stretch P12, Millsy P13, Spooky P14, and Gasly in P15.
Wow, very good race. I can get a picture. I didn't get the second half of that. Oh well. Alright. Right, do you want to ask any do the interview?
I'll do musical if you do signs.
Okay. Sounds good for me.
Okay.
Alright, include your audio please, guys. Science and musical.
Yeah.
And Mason, take it away.
Musical, you started in P7 today and you finished P2. How do you think the race went?
Pretty good. I got to, yeah, I had great pace in the race. Quali went a bit badly, as ended in the wall. That was definitely a hospital trip going for me there. Somehow, after the hospital visit, managed to come through, get P2. So I'll take that. Huge shout out to Chris, who was there all along. And then Science at the end there. You're a legend for dive bombing that and giving him the penalty. So thanks for P2. I'll take that after the couple of weeks we've gone through.
It's France next week. How you feeling going on to France?
I love France. First place I got all victory, so taking that momentum into it. See what we can do.
Okay, good luck in that.
Thank you.
Done? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah, well done on your podium there, Musical Rocket. Yeah, I believe you're still reserve, or you know, a full-time driver.
I am full-time Williams driver now.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. So first race in that Williams now then.
Yeah. It's gone pretty well.
Yeah, very, very, very good start. Can't complain with that. Yeah, so what are you looking for the rest of the season now that you are full-time in F3?
To be honest, just dice out the guys, see if I get more podiums, maybe some wins. Just not gonna think about anything else except from trying to beat the guy in front of me.
Very, very good. But yeah, well done on your race, and good luck next week in France. Alright, but we head to our race Victor, because Camera don't want to speak. That's perfectly fine. But we head to our race Victor, Mr. Science, and what a battle between you and Camo, especially in that Q3. That was ridiculous. How you took the pole, and then he got it by less than a tenth, and you got it back by less than a tenth, and he got it by less than a tenth, and obviously you came out on top by 1700ths of a second. Just a quick word about that, because obviously to be a part of that battle, to take pole position, that must have been a great feeling. You must have had a smile on your face.
Yeah, it was sort of back and forth. I wasn't sure if I'd get the lapping in the end, but luckily I did. But it was very close. Luckily I just beat Camo. I don't know if it could have improved or not, because I saw he invalidated after. So yeah, it was a good qualified session for sure.
Yeah, definitely was. But then obviously going to the race, obviously you knew at the start, in the first stint, that your aim was to keep the lead and try and sort of put it away.
Yeah.
But obviously in that first stint, Camo was looking very quick on those mediums, wasn't he? I could tell you were trying to get the gap ahead of him, but it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it should be relatively easy to get the gap because of the compound difference, but I think the highest I ever got it to was like a second, but then he just kept clawing away at it, and then he got in the DRS obviously, and got past just as I was pitting. But yeah, it definitely pushed me. I was surprised at the pace on the mediums for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, in the end, Camo's penalties put you in a position once you both pitted, because obviously you pitted both at the same time, because he caught you on his softs towards the end.
Yeah.
And then you both pitted, and obviously at that situation, you must have known inside, up until the last lap and the last corner, of course, that you didn't have to push, because obviously you had no penalties, he had 6 seconds.
Yeah.
But tell us about the last corner, because me and Mason were both saying, is he going to go for it? Is he not? Because you didn't have to, but you did because you thought, I want to win this on track.
Yeah, it's like, do you remember, I think it was Hungary last season, when I beat Connor Todd on pens, but I was just trying to push and get the move done, but today I was just like, it's got to happen. I think Camo took too much out of his tyres too quickly, so I was able to come back at him later on, and I just got the exit, and I just thought, well, it's more satisfying to win on track than it is by penalties, really.
I would certainly agree. I was the other way around. I think it was last season in F2 where I had a penalty, so I thought, I'm not going to win this, but I still just want to win it on track.
Yeah.
So
yeah, better.
But in terms of the championship, obviously you can't really complain, because you've had a very solid, very strong first third of the season. Only about a third, maybe we've just gone past a third, I don't know. My maths are escaping me, but
yeah.
Obviously you gain points on Camo. Camo obviously lost second place in the last corner to Rocket as well. So even better news for you. You extended the gap by a further 10 points. I believe your gap is now 53 points, which is 2 race wins.
Yeah.
So, but I guess you're not going to ease off at this point because of that gap.
No, because, as you say, Musical Rocket is here. Been away from the game for quite some time, and now getting the pace back. So yeah, I think I'll have different challenges, and based on Camo's pace tonight, he could easily just win a few races in a row, and then it all changes. So you just got to keep pushing every week.
Yeah, most certainly. Any questions from Mason? Do you have anything for our race winner?
No, you just basically asked them all there.
Thank you.
Good race, well done.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
France next week, Science.
Yes.
Liked by some, hated by many, including myself. What's your thoughts?
I'm
this,
with you on the views of that track. I really don't like it. So we'll see if I can get decent pace, but last season I really struggled around here.
But should be an interesting one either way, I guess.
Yeah, it should be. Should be a good race.
Right. Yeah, well done on your victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, what a race around Canada, Mason. First of all, did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was very good, very exciting.
Yeah, obviously not high on the drama, because we hyped it up as saying that we're going to have multiple safety cars at this, and we got none at all. So,
Yeah,
but in terms of a race, I think you can call it a good race for the league and a good race for Tier 3, because obviously that first lap, apart from Millsy and Spooky at the end of the lap, was very, very clean, and there's nothing malicious. There was good manoeuvres. Yeah, a good professional race, wasn't it?
yeah, it was very good. Good moves from a lot of people. Kept it interesting.
Yeah, most definitely. And I guess if you're back in the comms box anytime this season, I guess you'll be looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Very good to hear. Very good to hear. Well, that has been the Canadian Grand Prix for F3. As I said, not high on the drama, but high on the intrigue and the overtakes and the battling. So very, very well done from F3. They'll be back for next week on the Circuit Paul Ricard in France to see who can take the 25 points there. As for the rest of this week, we have 3 more races to provide you around Canada. F5 is tomorrow. It should be Monster Skyline and Rogue back in the comms box tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And then we have the F1 boys, Blazer Guns and Hippo, providing the action on Wednesday. And then Thursday, F4 will be provided by Spooky and Mega Centurion, it should be, on the Thursday. So make sure you join us for all of that if you want some more races around Canada. And then we're back to racing once again on the Sunday for the F2 race for France as we head to Paul Ricard. But until then, everybody take care and see you next time. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.